most of us think motivation comes from rewards and punishments. Work hard, get paid, slack off, face the consequences. But Daniel H. Pink, in Drive, The Surprising Truth About What Motivates Us, shows that this old model no longer explains what truly drives people in today's world. Instead, lasting motivation comes from three deeper forces: autonomy, mastery, and purpose. In this summary, we'll explore why the carrot-and-stick approach fails, and how tapping into human creativity and curiosity leads to greater performance and satisfaction. Chapter 1: The Rise and Fall of Motivation 2.0. Pink describes the history of motivation as if it were software. Early humans were guided by Motivation 1.0, basic survival needs like food and safety. Later came Motivation 2.0, the system of rewards and punishments that fueled the industrial age. This worked well for routine, mechanical jobs. But as work grew more complex and creative, the old model broke down. Rewards could backfire, narrowing focus and reducing creativity. Punishments often killed initiative. Pink argues that today we need a new system, Motivation 3.0, based on our innate desire to learn, create, and contribute. It's this shift that sets the stage for the rest of the book. Chapter 2: The Problem with Carrots and Sticks. Traditional motivation relies on external rewards, bonuses, prizes, praise, or punishments like penalties and threats. Pink explains that these carrots and sticks can work for simple, repetitive tasks, but they often fail in complex situations. Why? Because rewards narrow our focus. They push us to chase the prize instead of exploring creative solutions. Punishments, meanwhile, create fear and reduce risk-taking. In short, carrots and sticks may boost short-term effort, but they usually hurt long-term motivation, performance, and satisfaction. Chapter 3: The Three Elements of Motivation 3.0. Pink introduces the core of his theory: real motivation comes from within, fueled by three key elements. Autonomy, the urge to direct our own lives. People are more motivated when they have control over their work and choices. Mastery, the drive to get better at something that matters. Progress and growth keep us engaged. Purpose, the desire to be part of something larger than ourselves, to know our work makes a difference. Together, these three forces form Motivation 3.0, a model built for creativity, innovation, and fulfillment. Chapter 4: Autonomy. Pink argues that true motivation requires freedom. People perform better when they control what they do, when they do it, how they do it, and with whom they work. He gives examples like companies that allow 20% time, where employees pursue projects of their own choosing. These often lead to breakthroughs, because autonomy sparks creativity and ownership. Micromanagement, on the other hand, kills motivation. When people lack control, they disengage. Autonomy, even in small doses, makes work feel meaningful and energizing. Chapter 5: Mastery. Mastery is the drive to improve at something important. Pink explains that mastery is not a destination but a journey. It's never fully reached, but the pursuit itself fuels motivation. To achieve mastery, people need three things: tasks that are just challenging enough to stretch their skills, consistent feedback to measure progress, and the freedom to practice deliberately over time. The path is demanding and sometimes frustrating, but it is also deeply satisfying. Mastery transforms effort into growth and keeps people engaged for the long run. Chapter 6: Purpose. Purpose is the deepest motivator of all. Pink shows that people are most engaged when they feel their work serves something larger than themselves. Organizations that emphasize purpose, beyond just profit, see higher loyalty, creativity, and performance. Individuals, too, thrive when they connect daily tasks to personal values or a bigger mission. Without purpose, even well-paid work can feel empty. With it, even difficult challenges become meaningful. Purpose is what turns effort into fulfillment. Chapter 7: The Type 1 Personality. Pink distinguishes between two motivational styles. Type X people are driven mainly by external rewards, money, status, approval. Their satisfaction depends on outcomes. Type 1 people, on the other hand, are driven from within. They seek autonomy, mastery, and purpose. External rewards matter, but they are secondary. What sustains them is growth, creativity, and meaning. Pink argues that everyone has the potential to become more Type 1. And in a world that values innovation and adaptability, Type 1 motivation is far more powerful and sustainable. Chapter 8: The Toolkit. To put Motivation 3.0 into practice, Pink offers a set of tools for individuals, leaders, and organizations. For individuals, he suggests setting autonomy goals, practicing deliberate learning, and aligning work with personal values. For leaders, he recommends giving employees more control, encouraging skill development, and connecting daily tasks to a larger mission. Pink also emphasizes small changes, like shifting focus from "how much will this pay" to "will this help me grow?" These adjustments gradually transform environments into ones where autonomy, mastery, and purpose thrive. Conclusion: the surprising truth about motivation. Daniel Pink closes with a simple but powerful insight: the old carrot-and-stick model no longer works in a world that demands creativity, adaptability, and passion. Real motivation comes from within, from our desire to control our own path, to get better at what matters, and to serve a greater purpose. By nurturing autonomy, mastery, and purpose, we don't just boost performance, we build more fulfilling lives and organizations. Motivation, Pink reminds us, isn't about pushing people harder. It's about creating the conditions that let them thrive. And that brings us to the end of Drive, the surprising truth about what motivates us by Daniel H. Pink. At its core, this book reminds us that the greatest fuel for human progress isn't money or fear, it's the deeper drive for autonomy, mastery, and purpose. If this summary gave you something to think about, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who could use a spark of motivation in their life. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.